Hello, hello, everyone. It is time for Tiger Eye Talk. This is our once a month Tiger Eye Talk where we all come and have a conversation, usually with a guest. I think my guest may be having some technical difficulties. If she does pop on, I will bring her on screen. Um, but until then, I will talk to you for a few minutes until she can arrive with us. So, today, before she arrives and we talk about her and what she does, I'm going to chat with you a little bit about follow up because the fortune's in the follow up, right? So, if you're not following up, if you are a business owner or entrepreneur, if you don't have a follow up system in place currently, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. And that's not something you want to do. With those that you work with, your clients, your customers, your networking partners, whoever you are coming in contact with on a regular basis, you always need to be following up with them. If you attend networking events on a regular basis, you definitely need to follow up with those that you meet at those events. You always want to be building that know, like, and trust factor because people may forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Whether it's something as simple as sending them an email maybe once a month, just to follow up with them and ask them how things are going or what's your big project for this month? What's your big why for this month? What are you working on, or what is new in your business? Have you created something new? Is there a new service that you're offering now? Whatever the case may be, depending upon that person's specific business. Be a communicator. I know some of us may be introverts, believe it or not. I'm an introvert myself, but I always try to stay connected with those in my world, professionally and personally, actually. I always ask questions, be an active listener. Give me just a moment. I think my guest is trying to come on. Sorry about that. Be an active listener and know what you're talking about when you're talking to others, whether you're talking about your business or if y'all are discussing maybe their business and what's going on in the businesses. Be the expert on what you do and how you talk about it. And make your message clear when you're communicating. I think my guest has arrived, so let me add her to the screen. Hello, Miss Taya.
Hello there, Miss Lisa.
How are you this morning? I already had started the live because it was to go live at 10 a.m. So I was just talking a few minutes to them about follow-up.
There you go.
Now we are going to shift gears. This is Miss Taya Docksteader. I hope I said that right. And we are going to discuss her business and exactly what it is that she does. She is a very awesome entrepreneur. She is always busy with different projects. So I'm going to let her chat a little bit about her business, Giving Back Experiences.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa. What I do is I have fun. That's what I do. I have lots and lots of fun. I am actually a garlic farmer, and I grow red Russian garlic in southern British Columbia in Canada. So garlic, if you don't know, takes 5 years to grow. So I can stand around watching it, or I have a degree in fund development, which is raising money for charities, causes, that sort of thing. So what I do basically is I take somebody's bucket list, something they want to do. Like, for example, on my bucket list, Lisa knows this. Lisa lives very close to where NASCAR is. So one of my bucket lists is to go and see Lisa as an excuse to go and see NASCAR. So what I will do is I will choose a cause somewhere that's close to where I am, and then I will pick a cause that is close to where Lisa is. And they kind of sister. I try to do the same thing. So if I do the breakfast club here or a breakfast program here for kids, then I'll do a breakfast program there. And then I fundraise so that I can go see Lisa and bring them their whatever it is I'm doing for the breakfast club or cause. We have a fellow here that needs one of those chairs that goes from one floor to another. So if there's in a wheelchair, so if there's somebody that needs the same thing, I know it gets a bit confusing, and I help people do this for themselves. But basically, it's like when you sent your kid to soccer and they said, okay, give me a check or work the fundraisers. That's
awesome.
basically it. Yeah. So, but we're able to do lots of things, like we collect musical instruments and refurbish them and send them to low income music programs, like in Huntington Beach, California. There's a fellow down there. He volunteers at a low income school because they can't afford a music teacher. And then I was able to send out a saxophone that had been donated and refurbished. And then we put on the fundraisers because they cost $50 to refurbish and $40 to send it down. So no experience is ever the same. And the whole idea is to be able to have fun, raise funds, and I hold your hand and show you how to do it and walk you along the way.
That's amazing. So amazing. Anybody listening to us, if you have a charity and you need help raising those funds, Taya is definitely the person that can help you do that.
You betcha.
And for the longest time, I did not understand what she did. But we had a conversation recently, and a lot of that was cleared up. And what she does is amazing. I can't believe how many people she is able to help through the different projects that she's a part of and the funds that she raises to get them whatever it is that they may need.
And we try to catch the people also that fall through the cracks, that don't qualify for like the big charities. Like the guy we've got a guy that has a prosthetic leg and the leg is broken, and he can only qualify every so many years to replace his leg. And he can't afford to get it fixed. So we're raising funds so that we can either fix his leg or replace it before his benefits kick in. It's little stuff like that. You know, we've had the kids backpack program. That's where they put food in the backpacks for kids on the weekend. So we raised, I think it was $800, and we were able to help like 30 kids or 32 kids or something like that. But it's just, and also when it comes to business, because I have 90 experiences happening. We call them experiences instead of events because we slide different stuff in there that you can't buy, backstage stuff. If you're a business and you want to sponsor, we'll take your money if you want to give it to us. But if not, you can phone us up and say, you know what, I can do this, or I've got this in kind or something, and work it in there so that you're the sponsor of this. Your name goes out on everything and all that. So yeah, you know, I just kind of make it as I go, and somebody comes with me something unusual, and I'm like, yeah, I can build something around that. So that's great fun.
So awesome. So how long have you been doing this?
Well, it started, if you go to the website, which is very simple, givingbackexperiences.com, there's a story. It was in 1990, I want to say 98, 99, something like that. I already had my degree, but I was doing, regular stuff in a charity. So I went down to Jamaica, and can you tell I get bored fast? So I was down there, and I was actually on my honeymoon, and I kind of got bored during the day. So I went wandering around, and I found in the back of the building there were 7 ladies in 4 tubs, and they were washing everything from the hotel by hand. And these were elderly ladies on the scrub board and stuff. So I said, well, can I help? And they kind of looked at me like I was crazy. You're supposed to be sitting on the beach. And so I stood there for 2 hours, and I helped them wash these clothes that went from soapy to clear to hanging on a line. There was no dryers, no wash machines. So I said, thank you very much. And then the next day, I figured I can't be the only one. So I gathered 11 ladies and we went back there and we washed clothes with these ladies. And for 3 hours or something like that. And then when we went back that evening, we all sat at a giant table and it was, you got to know people because you had done something together. What we didn't know was that these women were paid by piece. So we had done the work of a week's worth of work that they got paid for in 3 hours.
Wow.
So that was sort of the seed that started it. And if you look, there's we were so lucky. We've had the website donated. So it's being built. So if you're going to look at the website, look 2 days from now, look 3 days from now, because it's going to change because we're adding events, we're adding all this kind of stuff. But some of the stuff that we've done has been so cool. You know, we got to, we have a private Facebook group, and one of our members is Tanya Tucker.
Wow.
Yeah. So we just kind of, you know, like Lisa lives close to NASCAR. So every time I see her, I get this giant grin, but my mind starts going and thinking, what can we do? You know, when we're down there being neighborly, visiting somebody, there's got to be something we can help. There's some fun we've got to have. So if somebody has a business, if somebody just wants to have fun, we've pulled in people that are very, very good fundraisers. They're low income. They can't afford to travel and do things and stuff. So we get deals. We have people that look for deals for us and stuff. And we were able to help people explore the world that would never, ever going to be able to do it. Right. We got one girl that works for A&W. She's a great fundraiser. She can't afford anything, but she throws her time in there. So we've got something pretty well for anybody that wants to help in any way that they can. We'll find a way.
That is awesome. So awesome. And yeah, we're going to go to a race for sure when you come to South Carolina.
So excited. Well, in Canada here, the restrictions just came off last night at midnight. So we don't have to have that big test that we used to have. We can have the same test that you have down in the States. And then after spring break, we heard that things are going to change again. So it'll be, and not everything that we do is travel. A lot of it is very local, small things. Like on the weekend, we're going to have a multi-family garage sale right in my neighborhood. And I've orchestrated it. And then the proceeds are going to go towards giving back experiences. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah. So sorry.
Anybody listening that wants to raise some funds and have fun with Taya, reach out to her. What's the best way that they can contact you, Taya?
Well, I've got a few ways. If you go to the website, all of my contact information is there, including my phone number. I do answer the phone. You can send an email to givingbackexperiences, all one word, at gmail.com, or go to the website, which is www.givingbackexperiences.com. Did I say all that right? Yeah. So, you know what? Just give a holler, give me a call, have me explain what it is. Tell me what it is that you want to do. Or if you want to sponsor, don't know where you want to sponsor, we can always do something.
Awesome. Yes. And you are on social media platforms as well, right?
Yes. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook privately, Taya Docksteader. And there's also Giving Back Experiences where you're going to go have a peek. And then you can send me a message and say, you'd like to join, and say, I listened to Lisa, and I'll let you in. And the only reason why is because we don't have it so that people can post all the business stuff and things like that. We try to keep it clear so that people know what's going on. So we're having a scavenger hunt, both online and in person, that you can do, win prizes. That's coming up in May. We have our first pub night that's going to be happening in April. There's some smaller things that are going on this month. If you already have something going on and you want to tie us in, then please do, because we can get more traffic to you as well. So I think that's all.
You are amazing. So amazing. You juggle
you.
so many different things
Yeah,
with
I
all
do
the
my
fun
best.
you're having and the funds that you're raising. And
Yeah.
of course, living on a farm as well.
Yeah, living on
I'm
the
sure
farm.
there's everyday chores there that have to be done.
Well, there are, and I was just thinking, if you go into the Facebook group, there's videos in there. There's videos, there's pictures, all that sort of thing, which will eventually go to the website. But there's lots of things to see. We donated a cello to a girl in Mexico who she went to a free school, and by the next week she was going to be too tall to play the cello. She'd been playing the cello. They had nothing that was big enough for her. So I raised funds for a cello, and then I also raised funds for a cello where I was. So there's always a sister. And then I took it down instead of luggage to Mexico, and there's a video of there because she was going to be next week. She was going to be a chambermaid.
Oh, wow.
Because her life was completely changing at 12. That was decided what she was going to do. She's in an orchestra now. Her life is completely different path. The saxophone that we sent down to Huntington Beach, we know we're waiting for the pictures and videos in there because we know it's going to a deserving child. So there's lots of stuff, and if you have something near and dear to your heart and you can't figure out how to raise funds for it, just let me know, and I'll give you a hand. We're Canadian, right? So we'll just give you a hand.
Yes, of course. So amazing, everything that you do. And you do get responses back from the recipients, correct?
Yes. Yeah. We get, sometimes people don't know how to express themselves. Some people, do. We get, they'll send us a picture, or they'll, Christmas cards. Oh my gosh, my mailman is so, he brings a bag just for me, and it lets us know what's happening. Like, for example, the girl that we sent down the cello, that was a couple of years ago. Now, if somebody's going down to Puerto Vallarta, we have them put some sort of instrument in their luggage, no matter where they're traveling from, and she'll meet them at the other end and get it from them. You'll get to meet her in person and things. And then she gets it to the school. The school puts on, like, I brought down 7 instruments. I brought down a gaggle of women, and we brought down 7 different instruments, and they put on a private concert for us. So yeah, and you don't know if you don't ask. You don't know what can happen if you don't know what's going on. And all of this is because garlic takes 5 years to grow.
That's cool. That is so cool. Amazing. So what is a project you're working on currently right now?
Well, currently we are working on, well, like I said, there's 90 of them, but the ones that we're working on right now are, we have a gift card program where you buy, this one's only for Canadians right now. I'm so sorry, but you can buy gift cards, and then Tim Hortons or Starbucks or whoever you buy it from will then send us a little bit, which helps us with admin and buying, stamps if we need, and printing and stuff. So that's good. We have other ones that are going on, like we have the scavenger hunt. We have a cruise that's going to be going. This one's in September, where it starts in LA. And you go from LA, Santa Barbara, San Francisco, Victoria, and then Vancouver. And then we have some fun here, and then you fly back down. And that one, people are already starting to go, because the more people we get to go, the more of a deal that we get to go. And then on the ship, they'll do special stuff for us. Right. So that's one of the big ones that's happening. We also have one that's going to be happening in Nova Scotia. Right. So we have lots of things. We've got somebody that's in Bermuda that's going to help us do things. So we're all over the world. We've got a lady in Prague. Right. But local things, if you have a local program, even your kids, like you said, your kids' soccer, anything like that, if we can sister it with something else that's somewhere else, we can fundraise for a baseball team where your cousin lives, plus one where you live. So there's lots of variations. It's just the important message is no matter what it is you want to do or what it is you want to support, we can find a way to do it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Because we are a service group and we, serve little kids everywhere, or we have a program that's going to be the one in Nova Scotia. It's going to support critter care on one end, which is a wildlife preserve, helping wounded animals, as well as there's another one in Nova Scotia called Hope for Wildlife. So they're sistering together. So we're going to go in and we're going to get equipment for both of them. We're also constantly raising funds for wheelchair swings. And if anybody knows somebody that builds wheelchair swings, please let them contact me, because right now they are $7,000 and we've been asked for 4 of them all over the place. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that go on. The events and experiences are being updated on the website constantly. So if you go there, have a look and see something that you like but isn't in your area, just get a hold of me, because we can make something, nothing's impossible.
She can make it happen.
I can make it happen. There you go.
Quick question. Do you support like troops? Like some of
there's
a war now going on in Ukraine.
Yes.
And a lot of troops have been deployed.
Yes.
Actually, my nephew has been deployed.
Right.
And he is over there in Europe.
Well, we have there's a town in Alberta in Canada called it's Edmonton. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it. Mm-hmm. And 3/4 of that city, I'm sure, is Ukrainian.
Oh, wow.
And my niece lives there, and she was married to a fellow that went to Afghanistan. Unfortunately, he was blown up with a grenade. So he came back sort of in pieces. But so now, especially there, because a lot of the troops, there's a military station there, and there's a lot of people that are Canadian Ukrainian that are dealing with this. So we want to we would sister with those people that are in Edmonton, as well as troops that are in other places. And if there's somebody that and we're still trying to figure it out, and we do know people higher up that we can say, okay, what can we do? Because that's the hardest part. What do you do? What do you support? You want to show them that, there's people at home that are supporting what they do in this good cause. So, we're all in. We're all in, right? It's just that, you're kind of standing there with empty hands because you're like, well, what can I do, right? We can figure out something to do, some way to help. Awesome.
Awesome. That is amazing. So amazing. I love what you do. I love the name of your business, even giving back experiences. That's an amazing, that could be not just the name of your business, but like the goal, because that's what you do.
Yep.
That's exactly what you do. With all the funds you raise, you give back.
Yep. Because I was raised, my father used to say, you look in your neighbor's bowl to make sure they have enough, not to see whether or not they have more than you. So it's just, I'm doing just fine on the farm, Like I said, 5 years to grow garlic, and you have to plant it in a different spot every single year, right? So it's kind of intensive. But other than that, it's only this tall right now. So I have to have something to do. So here I am doing something.
Awesome. That is amazing. I love your story. I love your passion for what you do, because you can just tell and hear it in your voice when you talk about it, how passionate you are about what it is that you do. For sure.
Thank you. Awesome.
So if anybody wants to get in contact with Taya and possibly help sponsor some of her projects that she has currently going on, or maybe help her create a new one,
that's right,
just reach out. If you can't reach out to her, you can reach out to me, and I can totally connect the two of you.
Thank you, Lisa.
We will get you hooked up with Taya for sure.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Taya, for being here today. I know it's kind of early where you are.
Yes, it's 7:26 a.m. And for those that don't know, this is a house code. and my hair like this, because Lisa told me, oh, it's 10 o'clock. So I actually have it on my calendar for 10 o'clock in the morning, not realizing that, yeah, it's
We're
Eastern
two
time.
different time zones.
Two different time zones, but I got this. I'm on. No worries.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you again so much for being our guest today. Again, if anyone wants to reach out, have a conversation with Taya, find out how you can help, or either help her create a new project to help others and give back where it's needed, because there's so many different ways that you can give back. For sure.
Exactly. Yeah. And let us know as well as if you need something, because there's somebody that's always looking for something to match up with as well. So if you have a cause, you have something that you need, let me know, because I'm sure we can figure it out.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for listening in today and listening to our conversation about giving back experiences. We'll see you again next month.